my mama ghetto as hell.
Yeah, okay, let me do it. I didn't raise them. They're all of them.
Introducing Big Mom.
So don't y'all ever think y'all gonna pull it with Mama DCG, cause they gonna clear y'all ass. Everybody out here bad.
We gonna fuck y'all up about this shit. Stop playing.
BIB, not too many Viz. I want baby Viz. What else? Big B. I'm on the song. He got everybody. Big B. He got Black.
He got a whole cemetery on his back. Man, that's grim. This brother talking about I done been shot, stabbed. The one brother said I done had 600 stitches. The other brother said they was all just giving their war stories. They all got conversation pieces, if you will.
Broadcasting the West Side right now. Right now we
on
Big Brother
Mayfield
crib.
and Potomac. You feel me? Where this shit reside at? Jack Boys, P Block.
P Block, the 1300 block. It's usually, you know, the West Side, North Side, South Side, and East Side, but just the West Side, you know.
This bitch known for everything under the sun. Obama. But it's just like our West is a lot. It be a lot of niggas.
So here we are, cart before the hood. All right, and right away we in the hood. And I'm looking around, I see a lot of young brothers standing around. I'm guessing that's gonna be the theme of a lot of this show. It's just something for us to keep an eye on early.
There you go.
What are all these young brothers doing? Obviously, they're not going to college. They're not working. So
yeah, and that's one thing I know we were oblivious to growing up in the hood, you know, but being a responsible adult now, we know that it's a telltale sign that if you are an adult and you have the luxury of standing around at any day, Monday through Friday, you know, between the hours of 9 to 5, most likely you are not employed and you are loitering. And
because if you're a guy who worked the night shift, you're gonna be asleep during them hours. You ain't gonna be out just standing around. So don't come in here and say, oh, some people work late shifts. Yeah, I know they do, and they resting during the day.
There you go. Exactly. So, yes, as I was saying, you know, and then law enforcement, why is this such a problem? Why should anybody give a dang? Because law enforcement noticed too. And then they start to put y'all in boxes, and then the harassment starts.
Focused on getting money for real. Whether you a killer, whether you a whatever you is out here, you gonna get you some money if you from out west.
It's the West Side, but I got my brother them over here from motherfucking East Side.
Boy, them over here, niggas can't do that.
That's the difference. You feel me? We on the 1300 block. You feel me? This motherfucking phone them in. You feel me? We from motherfucking Division, all type of shit. Division, motherfucking Central,
Mayfield, and Potomac.
Mayfield,
Parkside. That's all
us. You feel me? Mason, all that. So you feel me? Like right now, this the West Side. You got past this, all this, like the United Center, we got the jungle. That's where the BDs at. That's all my people there right here.
Big time.
We breaking down Chicago. That's still a West Side. You feel me? Got King Louis. You got who all from the West? South Side.
King Von.
Dirt. King Von.
This is Chi-Raq. All right, and these guys are apparently brothers. All right, they about to get into that real fast. I believe they are brothers from the same mother, obviously, from two different Nug Nugs.
So and here's another hood norm. Please notice how in our Black culture, especially amongst this age group, we tend to take pride in our ignorance and our destitute situations. We tend to take pride in the fact that the crime rate in our neighborhood is high. Look who we got around us. King Von and them, King Louis. You know what? King Louis, the dang on Monkey King off of Jungle Book. Seriously. You know, they take the utmost pride in the most self-destructive behavior. And it's cool. These two brothers here, I guarantee they get they picking of the local city girl in that hood. I about guarantee you that. So why would they stop? And I'm gonna keep saying any chance I get, Black woman, please understand your power and how you can make a hell of a positive influence on your community by changing the standards in which you hold for someone to get your genitals. Because trust me, if y'all tell these two brothers right here that they got to show up with a pay stub in order to lay up in them sheets, over time, Trust and believe. They end up with a pay stub one way or another.
Up north, you got Polo G. You got Polo G, Young Pappy, all them up north. Shout out to Stylist, my mother.
Shout out mom and Stylist.
Stylist.
Shout out mom and Stylist.
That's my mom.
You feel me?
She gotta get a little
She's
phone
a
and got his
stylist.
fleet in the motherfucking soul.
You gotta take this out.
No, you gotta take this
He
off.
Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Vintage Levi. Don't
Don't
play with
let
my
him know.
kids. Little mama Gucci.
You feel
Stay
me?
all right. Don't worry about mama.
They know that.
I just want to take some time to get ready. I can have Big Folk go first, cause you bullshit, man.
Shit, y'all should have had a stylist or all these hoes who had shit. Y'all should have had somebody come out here.
I could have had somebody on the porch getting you right while you was
Y'all want to
talking.
feel the creator first?
On the phone, my mama ghetto as hell.
Yeah, okay, let me do it. I didn't raise them. They're all of them.
All these kids, my top.
Introducing Big Mom. All right, remember I went on to say they was brothers. Here's their mama. And she is obviously, I bet you every brother out there respect her. She said, I done raised all these boys. The Pecker, you got to understand the power that probably lies in her hands. She probably has ordered deletions. You must understand.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Please, this is an upcoming gatekeeper right here, if not already in a full swing gatekeeper, huh? And
He said,
what?
my mom ghetto as hell.
He said that y'all hear it. Let's address that first. Listen how they talk to each other. These are not normal interactions amongst a son and his mother. These are hood norms. Calling my mom ghetto as hell. They talking to each other like this, all aggressive. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not sorry. Black women, you are not supposed to be this aggressive and standoffish. She came out the house all brutish, like she the biggest, baddest, nut hanging brother in the hood. She just come out the house all broad chest, broad shoulder, just what's up? I'm out here. Big mama out here. What y'all doing? I got all this. She talking about the little baby got Gucci. I sure hope that ain't her. I hope she didn't give birth to that little baby she was holding. You know, because why? Because we got to start looking at statistics as we move forward. We must, because numbers don't lie. Y'all emotions and all that will lie to y'all. Y'all will come up here and say, "Oh, why y'all being so mean? This look like a happy family. They good." I'm telling you, Gav, they will come up here and argue the back. Huh?
I say, where the daddy? Let's assume them was all her kids. She had at least 4 of them. The 2 sons, she had one in her hand, the other little one. This woman got tattoos on her face, one big one on her throat. She got teardrops. What are we talking about?
This don't end well. Can y'all picture her at 70? No. Can y'all picture her 2 sons, those 2 brothers? Can y'all picture them in their 50s? You really can't, because just like us, y'all are assuming the worst is going to happen to them before they reach that age, looking at their current situation, hence sounding this alarm. It's a very slim chance they're going to live to 50, continue on the course that they on. This is not an environment that's conducive to a healthy life and a healthy mentality. This is the hood, full of hood normals like this.
Everybody out here probably. You know what I'm saying? These sons, nephews, everybody. We on Mayfield and Potomac where it go down there. I love these guys unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out here, man, we got a heart.
I gotta touch on this stuff as it comes up because they be touching on so much ignorance. She said this is where it goes down at. As I said before, they take the utmost pride in self-destructive behavior. This is it. This right here, this block, it's blood stains all up and down this hole. This where it go down at. It's lit over this way. The street ain't full of number demons, you ask me. I'm seriously, and that right there drove it home. This is the mom. This is Big Mom. Come out holding the next generation, the baby, and this is where she proud that this is where it goes down. And as Gavin said, you done probably ordered your own offspring to carry out deletions out here in them streets, and we ain't far-fetched, because myself, I have heard a woman look at her son and say, "I wish you so dope." So. I say that to say we should never be off base up here, because we have seen, tasted, and smelt these experiences So this woman here, part of the problem because of her mentality.
No matter what nobody think about him, guess what? I'm one of the OGs rap for him, period. I'm like any other mama that's gonna rap for theirs, down for theirs, it is. Vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So don't y'all ever think y'all gonna pull it with Mama DCG, because they gonna clear y'all ass. Everybody out here back.
Gonna fuck y'all up about this shit.
You could Google me, because my mama I had hands back in the day too. Right now.
And I miss the old days. I miss my old ways. In real situations, that's what you only gonna have is your parents. My mama spent $10 on a lawyer, you feel me? 10,000 on a lawyer just to make sure I was okay, make sure I, you know what I'm saying?
No, mama, she got 2 son husbands. Like you said, he said, Mom, she dressed them up. You see, Mama dressed them up. I guess they local rappers. They trying to come up on the scene. They underground rapping or whatever. They trying to come up, and they the new knuckleheads on the scene. So he said, Mama paid 10 grand for the lawyer to get me up out. Mama gonna forever hang that over your head. You can't say nothing. She go, remember I got that lawyer for you. You ever talk to me like that? You'll be locked up right now if it wasn't for me. Y'all know how this goes.
There you go. There are very few pleasant conversations in our household, and they are showing us that, as Gavin said, let that son husband there say one thing that Big Mom don't like, and she gonna hang his freedom over his head. She gonna say, Negro, and we being light up here, y'all know the word she gonna use. She ain't got no filter. She talking about clearing shit out. She gonna say, Negro, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't be this, you wouldn't be that, you would probably be in jail, yada, yada, yada. A very toxic environment. I will continue to say, the hood is no place to grow. It is no place to heal. It is no place to maintain your sanity. These brothers ain't sane. There's nothing sane about the hood. And I know it took for me and Gav to somewhat remove ourselves from the hood to see that, wow, this is really sick. All of this, all the visuals, all of the words that's being spoken, all sick.
I got out during COVID. I ain't know what COVID was, and I got out. I dropped the song "Okay," and then that's when we just went crazy after that. You feel what I'm saying? I was shooting all my videos on house arrest, like "Okay," "Dumb Faces," "Okay" remix. A lot of shit got shot on house arrest, man. I was shooting that shit on house arrest, trying to figure it out. My mama, I put her through so much. We've been through everything together. I've been going to jail since I was 11. I caught 3 gun cases, you feel me? Juvenile, I had juvenile life. This real training right here, you feel me? If you ain't heard about that full Trey shit, you don't know. If you know, you know, you feel me?
There we go. What we say, obviously we don't have any bios, if you will. We don't know the ages. Let's assume these young brothers are probably 25 or younger. Let's assume this brother here with the dreads is probably 35 or older. You see what I'm saying? He should not be encouraging this behavior. Regardless of the age, we shouldn't be encouraging each other, but the elders should not be encouraging these young brothers. And I get it. They all surrounded by this madness and they all involved in it. But he said, I've been going to jail since I was 11 years old. What? I caught 3 gun charges. What?
He said, I had juvie life. That brother was not, whenever he was rattling all that stuff off, talking about he been going to jail since he's 11 and he got juvie life, 3 gun charges, all that debauchery. He wasn't saying that with shame and remorse and guilt. He wasn't saying that shamefully, like, man, I didn't change my life. He like, y'all know what it is over here. The caught 3, they don't know about 4 and 5 of them. They proud of that. Extremely proud that they went to jail. Been going to jail since he's 11. Had juvie life. He's that guy. As we had a video where a sister was talking about her growing up as a young teenage woman in this kind of a hood, and how it was recognized that the baddest, most egregious, most violent person was the coolest and the most attractive and the most desirable. And that's all this young brother is trying to do, is follow suit. He's like, I know what's going to get me the box that I desire, because I'm young and horned up out here. And I know what they want. They like this thug-ish. They like this gangster-ish. They like this unstable, toxic masculinity. They love it. and then they gonna keep dishing it out.
Big Woody right here. We got
Woody,
Woody in the trenches with us.
Comfortably shooting dice, sitting on the curb. This how it is when you run your shit. You just set all standards. This is my other brother right here.
Jamaica, his name Hoodie.
This brother right here been knowing me since I was like this big, you feel me? Since I was yay high.
You gotta get my uncle in this shit, man.
He's still around.
I ain't gonna lie, as a kid, I don't remember him. But my mama say he used to watch me. I don't remember a lot of shit. But this my motherfucking hood, I can believe it.
DCG Big Four, man. You feel me? I don't remember a lot of shit. He been locked up since 10, 11 years old. He said, they go, well, he come out all drunk. Mama said he used to watch me. Come out off that whiskey. Come on, man.
Mama said he used to watch me. You know what? This all seems, it's a shame, man, because I'm not that far removed. Like, this looks, the housing look nice, the yards look nice. This almost looks like a community. That's what I was searching for. This bout looks like a community, doesn't it? He's sitting here talking about uncle right here, live here, and they just sit here playing the game of dice. That ain't necessarily a bad thing, you know. But and they sitting there, and ain't no one flashed any hardware yet. I ain't seen nobody little hand-to-hand transaction. So you know what? This look pretty nice. But here's my question. They sitting there, you see all these houses, and I could be wrong, but how many of those houses are owned by the occupants? That's my question. They got $10,000 for bail money and for judges and for attorneys and stuff like that. You would assume that they claiming this block, they claiming all these hoods and West Side.
He said that's how you do when you run your stuff. He said
when you run your stuff, when you run your hood, when you run your block, I would have to imagine that these are homeowners here. No,
yeah, a lot of them people be POWs in their own community. You got to understand, they can't go nowhere. They under occupancy. Can nobody help them? And these young brothers consume them. And these are their nephews and grandsons and stuff. So what can they do? You must understand. So, and then you look around, like I said earlier in the film, I would get it if this was like some kind of, gathering, family reunion, picnic, whatever, some type of gathering. Why to see so many men in concentration like this? This is going to be a trend throughout the Carpet for the Hood.
There you go.
What are we doing, brothers?
You cannot. It is never good to see, as Gavin said, so many men in concentration between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. midweek, loitering, doing nothing good. All right, come on. There ain't no time clocks to punch out there. So if there is somehow bringing home some resources, y'all know how that's coming about. So we can't sit here and act like this is cool, because TV will show us images like this and just how those two poor brothers, those poor misguided brothers, sit here and act like this is their norm and it's all love and it's all kosher. They surrounded by family. And every time I'm watching this, and obviously I hope it doesn't happen and God forbid, but I'm just waiting to hear skirt, pop, 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 pop. That's it. And it's making me nervous every second I watch, because that's all I'm waiting to hear. Because that's usually how this goes, being the fact that the little boys have been in jail, since he's 11, got 3 gun charges. If the little boy that was 11 had 3 gun charges, how many gun charges everybody else got? Big Unk, how many gun charges Big Unk got and Big Cuz got? Everybody throwing up gang signs, wearing tight ass chains. I'm over it.
Long live the guys, man. Long live Snacks. Long live Shaq. Long live Dirt. Long live Think Thing. Long live all the guys, man. You know how we coming, man. Long live Black Glow too, man. You know that, man. Forever the brothers, man. You feel me?
We're good guys at heart.
In the trenches with it, like this the real trench. I don't understand what happened on these blocks.
Tonight we're gonna show y'all how we
this the real
party.
Chicago,
We're gonna show you how to party.
Today our homie day. Long live T.Y. He died in a car crash.
Someone was coming the wrong way and hit him.
Steal that guy.
Long live my guy. You feel me? The real motherfucking, the real heart of the hood for real. Long live T.Y.
My brother, he the one who taught me how to rap. Shout out my nigga B-Side. taught me everything I know, you feel me? My mama grew us up like this. My daddy off the same block. My mama off the block next over Mason, you feel me? She used to live on the corner down here on Mayfield where my brother B-side was born at.
My nephew.
Know that. Look, I know that. Okay. Okay. You know what? Too grown. Let's go. We eat from Jay's. This my childhood friend Jay's barbecue rib. He was featured on Chicago's Best Obama Philly, the right way. Y'all, this Chicago style, baby.
You gonna eat that? You gonna be decent.
I swear to God,
You gonna hit cicadas.
You gonna hit this shit.
But this bitch been sitting for years since we was shorty. We was like 8, 9 since this bitch been back.
You said this seems so blissful and this is like a goddamn ghetto utopia. I get it, but man, y'all must understand. Underneath all this, you see a lot of smiling and laughing. It's joyful.
See, yes,
but
this is like a good time.
Oh well, here even in the midst of dark, they just talk about R.I.P. to such and such. He was killed. He was deleted in the car crash. He was going down the wrong way. Just the other day, some guy hit him. And they smile. They just moving through all this.
And it's a shame because I'm sitting there watching Big Money showed up with some food. This seemed like a good time, don't it? It ain't too loud except for the cicadas in the background. This seemed like a good time. I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of pulling at me. I'm like, man, I know that's a good time. They drinking, they having a good time telling stories. It seemed all well and good, but y'all know too many times how these nights end. It go from laughing and cheering and jokes and dancing to screaming and crying and trauma within a blink of an eye. Because as one hood, as they over here partying on the east side, west side, wherever they at, the other side ain't partying. Maybe y'all happy because y'all done just spun the block on the ops, but now the ops ain't feeling so good like y'all. And it may be coming to ruin y'all day. God forbid, but we know way too many times that is the case. So this, like Gavin said, this looks like a hood utopia, but it's just not. It's not. And they got the token rundown car there in the hood. We all seen as rundown is in the yard, and it's been in that yard since they can remember, as they sitting there recalling. This car been here for a while. I don't know whose it is. It's just there. And it ain't ran in over 10 years.
Look, we been getting money, man. I bought my first BMW when I was like 18 on my son.
We walk around 2 clips just in case a nigga want to tweet. You know that.
This a light day too. This a light shit.
That bitch pellet on phone now.
Those Glocks is not real Glocks. Throw that bitch up. You need a real.
If you got anything but a Glock clip in your Glock, throw it away.
No Pro Max, no nothing but Glocks.
Survive with the fittest out here for real, no cap. Yeah. Both either kill or be killed. Shit. This shit go do 2 things. This shit either go fold you up, or this shit go make you go hard. This shit go turn you to a demon. Shit on both.
2 things. It's gonna fold you up, or it's gonna turn you to a demon. I don't want either. Is there a third option, brother? Holy hell. Damn. That's critical.
Well,
is that what y'all telling the babies?
Well, you said it. I believe you said it. In some of these circumstances, there is no foreseeable way out. You either gonna get folded up via these circumstances, being in this traumatic ass environment where you got to walk around with army guns and extended clips and drum magazines and bayonets and grenades, or you're going to turn into a demon and join the band and add to the madness. I told you, nothing but bad spirits and demons. As Black folks, we need to stop being so ignorant to the fact that via these existences, these words, these actions, we be conjuring up our own demise. We got to all take some accountability in this madness. This is not good. As I was just saying, this seemed like a hood utopia. And then as we can see, come on now, night's falling, the sun is setting, and now the artillery coming out. Because at any given time, somebody liable to come through and choose violence, and they all sitting there all bunched up together. God forbid, man.
It's idiocracy. So here we go. That's like you said. Y'all be wondering when they be like, oh, so many, 55 people shot in one weekend. And wow, some 100 some people shot. You be like, man, that's wild. Not really. They all be standing right next to each other. People just pull up.
There you go. And they talking about, this like a war zone. And ain't none of y'all brothers physically built for war. Big brother back there in the blue shirt, you ain't running and dodging and rolling from no rounds. You getting hit, you a big ass target. Seriously, yeah, and it's amazing in the sickest way now because today's gangster is fat and out of shape. He don't even believe in having any type of physical prowess because y'all punk suckers can't fight. Y'all can't fight, and it's sad, y'all punks. So they all just big blowed out, and they got a big gun that they can't handle, they can't shoot, they can't aim. Like I said, black folks in particular, please stop conjuring up your own demise.
It should have definitely swallowed you though. It's the real chicken man.
Yeah, man, I ran through like 100 chickens.
Chicken.
We gonna be serious. This is his shit. This is his shit.
Before Blueface on my life.
This is his shit. On my mama, that's the chicken man. That's the chicken man.
That's how you really do it. The cat stole it from me. But I can't knock him though. He blew up off the shit, but I got some shit on the way though. Tell him, say, look, let him know. You DCG cast, your describers, let them know where they can look you up on Instagram, where they can look you up at. Instagram what?
On my page.
On his page. What? What's your page?
I'm dead serious. You better have.
I don't know.
As y'all know him, the DC.
That poor baby. He said, tell them your describers. Yeah, where your describers at? What's the describer? I don't know, brother. Y'all, like you said, y'all can't be raising these babies, man. People say they won't, and I was hitting on this a while back where I said everybody should not be allowed to have kids, and I stand on that. And,
yes.
And this is giving my argument so much to stand on when I see stuff like this.
It's sad to say, but it's a grim reality that we can only teach our offspring what we know. That's the only thing we can teach them. So that goofy brother sitting there talking to that toddler type child there, he can only tell that toddler what he knows. And he can only give him what he has inside him. He can't sit there talking about, hey, make sure you go to school and you're doing this, because he didn't do that. And he wasn't taught that. So what you see here is the passing down of ignorance, the continuance of family and generational curses from ear.
I think the young boy got a grill in his mouth.
Yeah, I thought, he got the gold teeth and all that. Here's the thing. I'm all for self-expression, all that good stuff. But when it's enshrouded in ignorance, then it has no true weight. Because you know what I'm saying? He ain't got that grill on. He ain't up there wearing the grill and he'll hold my F on YouTube. He wearing the grill and he reciting ABCs and doing math. I could dig stuff like that. I could dig when people, go against the grain and be a whole mind F. But no, most likely, this poor little brother is indulged in the world of pure ignorance. You see? So all of these, the visuals mean something. You got to stand for something. Seriously, I guarantee you ask these brothers and sisters what they stand for, only thing they're going to give you is a street or a gang affiliation.
What's your page?
I'm dead serious. You better have.
I don't know.
As y'all know him, the DCG brothers, As y'all know him, I know him as
as you know, as our little brothers and nephews,
Oh, my kids, I know him as Sean and Archie, so they grew up, on Macy, the 1300, That's where the 1300 come in. Some motherfuckers think the matching shit just started, that shit been staying.
That shit been stamped on for OTM right here on the neck,
they was babies. They been matching, Gucci. This motherfuckers was doing LIG. They was LIG and LIG Coogee. They been matching, that shit always been
popping out Coogee.
On my son, this was back then, they been doing this shit. So motherfuckers, think that shit just started. That shit been like that, About me, I always been around, I always been there to protect them, getting guidance
through the trenches.
My son, guidance,
Real big brother status on folk, make sure my head was right at all times, even when I was in them gyms.
Real genuine type.
It was,
This is big bruh. Everybody's talking about how he done guided them through the trenches like an army commander or something. He been guiding generations of young men through trenches. Man, is he doing the best he can? I don't know. It's hard for me to even. I don't know this brother's role in the Matrix. I don't know.
You don't. You know what? Is he doing the best he can? To some extent, you have to say yes. Because can we admit that when we know better, we do better?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I gotta have some mercy. Just how we would do our Atlanta street interviews, can have some mercy on some of these individuals, because it ain't, you gotta look deeper past them and see how did they get here and how could they have avoided this. And coming from the projects, we know there are a lot of casualties and a lot of people just can't seem to get out of it. So a little bit of mercy, but that is why you have cart before the horse here. We are here to sound the alarm on these things that it seems like a lot of our peers and elders are not in a position to. And we are nowhere near perfect. At the same time, we are men enough and bold enough to stand on this square and say it's time for a change. Someone's got to do it. Otherwise, we'll continue being reduced to rubble. But this brother here, do y'all not see how he sat up there and the only thing he went on about was that they've been wearing designer clothes since these designers been around. He said, we've been LRG. See what I'm saying? Gucci, LRG, Gucci, Louis, Prada, Gucci. We've been doing that. We've been doing that. That's been like that. Know what I'm saying? What if I talk like that? Seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's nuts. But this is the leader. This is the general, as Gavin said. He led them through the trenches. This is their guidance. That's all they got. Every little boy, every young man is in search of a male leader, of male leadership, regardless of what y'all modern day mercenary women think they are. So that's how these brothers, they end up going under the leadership of Nug Nug and them by default.
I'm about to say, because you know the comments gonna come in, because a lot of times there's so many folds to this. A lot of times they say men are, driving these young boys to the street. But if you ask them, their mama led them to the streets. And then, like I said, you can tell these boys look totally different. They allegedly brothers. As people say, well, why don't y'all say where the daddies is at? Come on now, their daddies is liable, more than likely incarcerated or on drugs. And I mean, come on now. They ain't even spoke to his brother. They ain't spoke. You heard nobody speak about no daddies. It was one guy in It was Big Mama, and then a bunch of knuckleheads.
Yes,
and babies, and that was it. And the old crackhead uncle. That was it.
And anyone that would come up here and say, "Oh, where the daddies at? Where the daddies at? Where the daddies at?" With y'all ratchet self. Think about it. Is Mr. 40 hours a week sitting here roaming this neighborhood looking for his mate? Is Mr. Upstanding, is Mr. Intact Moral Compass around here looking for a woman? No. It's only Nug Nugs. So as Gavin said, most likely his daddy is Nug Nug to some extent. Some old thug, some old misguided gangster thug, just like they are projected to be. And it's just a continuance of the madness. Again, that's why we are here. You're welcome.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure they cool, know what's right, what's right, know what's wrong, you know what I'm saying? Just always being there, whatever it was. Back then we was on some hot shit,
On phone now.
This before the rap,
This before we chasing the real ticket. We on a blog live. This is my big brother Josh. You feel me? And this is my other big brother, of course. Y'all know my big brother.
You already know, man. Y'all know, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man.
Ronnie Lowe, you feel me? Y'all know,
man. We been in that shit, man. We been in that shit for long time, man. Since they was, man. You feel me? Shouties.
They was shorties.
Shouties,
Real
badass shouties,
doing what the fuck they wanted to do. A lot of niggas grown that's hating on them. And they young doing all of the youngest in charge. It been like that for a little minute though.
For real though. But they really got the city down, my homie. They really doing that shit. They really rapping, my homie. They really getting like that, Joe.
When you start doing good, it bring out a lot of more haters. You know how that goes.
Yeah, Joe. We just trying to be the best, get better, man. My homie, man. We been doing this shit, man. Mayfield, DC, Crystal, Potomac, Parkside, all that shit, man. We been doing this shit in this hood, man.
This our block for real, but I ain't gonna lie. We got our own shit.
We was shorty. The guy was like, man, y'all too young to hang on the block, you feel me?
They be naming these fucking streets and neighborhoods. And that shit's so insidious to me. We off Potomac, MLK, Johnson Boulevard, over there coming up, Big Bomb Boulevard. We off 180. That's 18. That's 290. It's my hood. That's his hood.
That's Frederick Douglass Boulevard right there. Little homie got deleted over there. That over there. That's Rosa Parks Lane. You know what I'm saying? That's a cemetery. All of these, me and Gavin talked about this before. All of these streets that somehow wound up named after figures that colored people look up to. MLK, Malcolm X, what's his name? Obama. These streets and areas and schools be the worst. The schools have the worst curriculums, and the streets have the highest violence rate. Why is that?
Because they don't own no property. Like Jay-Z said, quit fighting over stuff y'all don't even own. What are we talking about? Y'all take too much pride in these streets as if you own every house on this street. You would think, all right, I own all these houses. I run MLK Boulevard. I own all this. But no, y'all just simply be renting and squatting and squabbling and loitering. Yes. Come on, man.
And don't own none of it. And that is something we want, to get into the minds of these young men. Know that you don't own these bricks. You don't own these projects. You don't own these apartments. You own this street. Y'all got no ownership. But I think you're right, Gavin. They are prisoners of war. They can't leave these little areas because there's no supervision. And if they leave their street, leave their projects, they're liable to end up in confrontation or end up deleted. So they be stuck in these situations. So as y'all must know by now, we all about accountability over here in this space. At the same time, some folks are going to be casualties. If y'all think by now that we are going to get 50 years down the road and it's going to be full of success stories, you are sadly mistaken.
We made our own blog. We made our own shit. That's why I met him at. His cousin, J4. He said his little cousin that don't touch him the whole time. They already got their own name. Motherfuckers ain't gonna touch them anyway.
You know that.
Long live them niggas, boy.
Real history. We had our own name and this shit. So for all the young niggas growing up other niggas, I got my advice to you, make your own name.
Right now we at Sunset Liquor Stores, man, on the Vision and Mason. It's been a liquor store we've been going to since we was shorties,
Where we at, man?
What up, man? We at Gun Set, man, on the phone there, man. We on Gun Set.
Hey, what's the size of
Gun Set, my boy.
Hey, he know the fuck, man.
No. Did y'all hear what he called?
Gun Set.
Oh, okay. He said Sunset.
I said Gun Set.
It's Sunset, aka Gun Set, man. Sunset, aka Gun Set, man. Get y'all some of the best liquor, man. You already know, man.
You got the best prices. You know
best prices, man.
Here we are, as we all know. Here we got the A-Rap brother back here. Every neighborhood, we don't own nothing. Just hit on right on what we just talking about. We always the A-Rap on or Asian. In most communities, because in some communities, even our own, you getting things are changing. But we ain't selling liquor and alcohol. I tell you that ain't never gonna be a thing. So, and then this brother, that A-Rap brother in there talking like a black man. You hear him?
Yes,
that was wild.
That is brilliant. That A-Rap brother survival instincts and techniques are all time high. Glory to him, Gavin. That A-Rap man he's sitting there and he is in the jungle and he making it work. He got a smile. He getting to a bag because they buying up whatever's in there. My people, I love y'all so much. Y'all sitting here converging in the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the place to be. They saying converging. Everybody in there. How many people is in this liquor store at one time? Whoa. I don't know about y'all, but where we from, this would never fly. Would never even be halfway accepted. This is a whole state store. Do y'all still call it the state store? This a whole wine and spirits, if you will. And they just
people they look drunk already. Half of
they
them.
is this the re-up. They done been drinking. This nighttime has fallen. This about, if you ask me, probably about 11 midnight, whatever. And they re-ing up. They ain't drunk enough. They ain't howling at the moon loud enough. They gonna at this pace. There'd be some howling and some shooting going on later on tonight or early morning.
They said it's called sunset, but they call it gunset.
Sunset gunset. Proud of it. They throwing up gang signs that the Arab guy behind the counter selling them the booze. He throwing up gang signs and they proud of it. This sunset gunset. Poor Arab brother, you may end up becoming a casualty of the gunset. Somebody coming there down their luck and don't care nothing about who you is.
Still in the trenches with it. Drunk as hell, how we still got shit coming in still. Shit still coming through the door. You know what the fuck going on, the biggest. Big DCG.
These niggas is recording.
Did y'all see how insidious that was? So you got the flock, and y'all, there we go. You got the flock of young girls walking by, and all the men standing around like lions and gorillas. And he stopped for a minute, look, he's trying to peep what he liked it. Okay, he said, we got a flock coming through right now. We got a flock.
These daughters, these ain't some motherless, fatherless children. These is daughters. They coming through. They coming through. Got no guidance. They looking for the loudest, most toxic mama jammy they can find up in there. They gonna get off. They gonna be off that Henny and that Casamigos, and it's gonna and Molly and Percocet.
The babies is coming.
Yeah. Let me not be ignorant. Percocets, Molly, all that. They're gonna be off of all that. Rolling on one, whatever the new term is, litty. And it's just gonna be a debaucherous night. A debaucherous night that's gonna lead to more single moms and deadbeat dads. This is for all of you that are ignorant enough to still be wondering how these cycles continue. This is a night. This is ground zero. This night here. Something's gonna happen tonight. There will be procreation tonight. Booze, drugs, toxic masculinity, raging young hormones, misguided young men and women. You will continue on with the cycle.
I'll smack the fuck out you on this camera.
Hey, y'all can't use
This
it.
a hate ass.
Hey, give me. You say what? No, I'll smack. Fuck you. What y'all got going?
You know how we do it. Big gang shit. Big get-togethers. Big DCG get-together. Big SMG get-together.
Just take a look. He ain't saying that for nothing.
My bad, guys. Take it back. I got to the thing. On camera.
All types of snake this is shit. It's a snake. It's a snake.
That's a python.
It's a python. He would itch all ass up. Python.
Motherfuckers said we look like we from Baton Rouge out here.
Debauchery. As the night go on, the spirits is rising. They get more and more spirits in them. And like you said, there's going to be a lot. This is Nug Nug in his natural habitat.
There you go. All levels of Nug Nug here. You got them. Couch Negro, your D-boy, your Dangalang Slanger. They all in here.
It's the bottom. These are bottom feeder Nug Nug.
Yes.
You ain't gonna see no successful Nug. These is the worst of the Nug Nugs, all in their natural habitat.
There you go. And all you bitter, traumatized baby mamas out there in the hood, please take note. Did you hear that one brother sitting down with the dreads? He looked up at the other Nug Nug as they was establishing a pecking order, and he said, "I'll slap you here on camera." Y'all be sleeping with the Nug Nug that's about to get slapped on camera. Y'all be sleeping with that sorry Negro. They got no respect even amongst his Nug Nug peers. And then y'all be so quick to come on camera and cry that he ain't nothing. When he ain't never been nothing. To nobody. That's the brother y'all choose to date. Y'all don't understand. Most of y'all are getting that Nug Nug because y'all be
That's the Nug Nug they choose to have a kid with. They
yes.
She's sleeping with all of them. That's the problem.
There you go.
You
You have a
everybody,
kid.
but she done had a kid by that brother.
There you go. You done had a kid by the get slapped on camera Nug Nug, but you gonna cheat on him and mess with the hottest Nug Nugs in the circle for show, as they will rap about, and that's part of today's toxic ass culture. Talk about it all the time. But I want to point that out. Y'all sorry, post sisters be dating the Nug Nug. They don't even get respect from other Nug Nugs. They talking about this, slap him on camera. And y'all will go and give him a baby. And y'all don't understand. Let me go a little deeper. Y'all be mating with the weakest in the pack. And then expect your offspring something you should cherish and want the best for. You done made it with the weakest in the pack and think that don't get passed down? You tripping. Y'all got to think these things through. Seriously. But I just wanted to point that out. That y'all be dating with the lowest. Y'all man be getting threatened to be slapped by other men. Your whole hoe out here.
I done got shot in the face. I got shot in the leg. I got rods in my body. I done got sliced down the chest. I done been through all type of shit. Hit by 2 cars. A lot of niggas ain't gonna be able to survive this shit. These war wounds I can talk about every day. War wounds.
I got 600 stitches back. Hit by a car in the pole into my leg.
Real war wounds, man.
There you go.
Type of shit. My first shootouts was on the Mayfield. Yeah, day one you been behind the scenes.
Gang, real shit.
Long live my niggas.
You gotta get them. You gotta get them. Brad.
They fucking Rio. My brother's keeping me.
For them. Motherfucking. You got
Stop playing.
Spank, you got me. Stop playing.
Big not too many no's. I'm on baby Viz.
What else you got?
B.
I'm on song.
They got everybody.
Nobody.
You got Black.
Brother got a whole cemetery on his back. Man, that's grim. This brother talking about I done been shot, stabbed. The one brother said I done had 600 stitches. The other brother said they was all just giving their war stories. They all got conversation pieces, if you will. Those are conversation pieces for like an honorable war veteran or something. But I like we say, there is some form of PTSD, and I get it, and all of that. So
yes, you do not have to be over in foreign lands fighting against foreign enemies to have a heavy dose of PTSD. Growing up in these are war-torn circumstances. Yeah, we ain't gonna act like it's not. They talking about my first shootout was here. He done been shot twice, stabbed up, cut up, all that.
Hit by two cars.
Hit by 2 cars. All but burnt up, shot up, stabbed up, ran up, all that. This is trauma. This is trauma. So trust and believe. And I like to say, a man and a woman's trauma gonna come out. Just let them start talking enough. It will come out. And you get every last one of these brothers in that room. That clock strike 12 day off that Hennessy and that Yak and that Casamigos. And as you see, only thing they're gonna have to talk about are their experiences. And all their experiences are so grim to the fact where the big homie got a whole cemetery tattooed on his back. And all we're gonna sit here and do is talk about all of our friends, loved ones, and relatives that have met a grim and just grotesque demise. Because ain't none of these mother suckers on his back die of old age.
Everybody.
I feel it. Hard body.
Them niggas,
and we playing hardball, big boys.
Hardball out. Hardball is on the way out.
Hey, my son, that bitch on the way in. We turning the trenches up with that bitch.
Yeah, this the only group of niggas that post they block up.
Fuck nobody post they block up like that.
Niggas gonna be outside.
Y'all catch us on the field, man.
Niggas gonna be outside. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't a lot of rock. Like, I ain't throwing shade at nobody or nothing. It's cool if you don't go back to your block. You feel?
Yeah. Go back to your block, man.
But me though, I'll be in the trenches.
Go back to your block.
I'll be in the trenches.
Go back to your block. Don't listen to everybody else. You dumb. You go back to your block. Go back to your block, man. Vaughn did it. Long live Vaughn, man. Long live grandson, man. Vaughn did it.
Niggas really don't be on the block for real. Though my Diddy Gray.
Don't be on the block. Come back. He said, once you make it big, don't run from the hood. He said Vaughn did. Vaughn got deleted. What are we talking about?
That was my thoughts exactly. He was like, Vaughn did. Vaughn came back. He was a real one. I'm like, whoa.
Vaughn did. Vaughn got deleted. Nipsey got deleted. Young Dolph got deleted. P&B Rock got deleted. Pop Smoke got deleted. What we talking about?
You know, and I hate the fact that it's so easy to write off all these names. Why would we want to come back to the hood? Why would anybody want to get any success, any steam moving forward with a progressive and fulfilling life and want to come back to the hood where he most likely going to be tortured, tormented, and deleted? Because that's what y'all do when somebody come back to the hood. Y'all run in his pockets one way or another, or y'all in him or her. Either way, the hood is no place to be. Stop making it. Ain't no stripes going back to this. And yeah, I'm in the trenches. I got bread. I got resources. I got a family, but I'm still here in the trenches. I'm still able to stand here in a room full of snakes and vultures. No, eventually they gonna have their way with you. That's just what it is. Why? Because you can't match their ignorance. It's okay. It's okay to be in the trenches when you are of the trenches. Where else you gonna be? You are that ignorant. But once you get out of that situation and you can look back and see just how lowly you were at that time in your life, you say, whoa, why would I go back to that? I see every day was a gamble and I was playing with my life every day. Why would I go back?
If they do be on the block, they come out and they leave. And niggas be letting their homies protect them. They don't even be having their own shit.
They really ducking they taco.
Nah,
That's
for
what
real.
It is.
That's
For
what
real.
it is.
Exactly. They really ducking they taco.
What the bitches say? In ears. In ears.
They don't exist, but they do exist.
Get it?
Ain't that what they in the commercial state? Nah, they don't exist.
Like Casper the Ghost. This a romantic savage.
Every gangster, man, every street nigga, man, need a queen. Yeah, man, they need that queen, man, that they can go home to. You know?
You see her?
Hey, that's how motherfucker. Hey, listen, man. Smurf said it, man. That nigga Dirk said, man. India made that nigga level up, man. She made that nigga boss up. Do you hear me? Oh, no, man. She made him to him, my son.
My shorty, she locked in with me forever. You feel me? That's my shorty forever, though. My shorty, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. She locked in.
Anybody that fuck with us, you fuck with any one of the guys. You sound.
Nug Nug and Bonquisha in a most natural of environment. Y'all must understand. And from this moment, they end up on places like Love After Lockup. These women end up on the Kendra show. Y'all must. Where do they come from? This is where they come from. I promise you.
His shorty, the shorty sitting there on the couch with OG Nug Nug with her Air Force up on his thigh. She is a potential candidate for Kendra's single show. Talking about, yeah, Kendra, because you know, I had a man making six figures, but yada, he was toxic, he was narcissist, and he incarcerated, and that's him. This is that situation. And that woman there will want some upstanding man to come into her situation and help raise whatever kids they done made or gonna make. And it don't work. Do y'all see this environment? These are the pictures I be doing my best to paint. What man about to come into that? And there you go. If that brother get locked up, that OG Nug Nug there, he get locked up, you can't come into that hood to see. You can't come into that hood to see his baby mama. You can't. Because I'm pretty sure that young brother about to say it. It's over. Once you belong to one of his crew members, that's what it is. And you know what? That's best case scenario. Because usually there ain't no, if you ask me, there are no honor amongst thieves anymore. So if you ask me, any one of them dudes could end up knocking off his girl in any situation. He end up, yes, I say that, but I also say this. He can end up getting incarcerated, and his boys, his brothers, his friends, his family can end up knocking off his girl. That's usually how it goes. Because today's culture, there is no honor. There is no moral compass at all. It's YOLO, do what you want. You only live once. And it's self-destructive.
My shorty, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. She locked in.
Anybody that fuck with us, you fuck with any one of the guys, you sign a death row. Any one on the phone. You fuck with us, you sign a death row.
I did 3.5
We
years.
don't know how to leave bitches
3.5
alone.
years. She got my lawyer. She did that shit by herself. No questions asked. I ain't even have to ask her for that. Real bitches don't call the police on us, man. They don't do that shit. They don't call the police. Don't call the police. I don't know. How you gonna love that nigga, but you getting them locked up in jail? How was you gonna come to court, judge? I didn't mean it. Woo.
That shit don't run against. That shit don't run against the state.
Stop it, man. I fuck with real bitches. They don't call the police on before they going down and slumming with me. For real. You hear me?
So there you go. You ain't gonna date Nug Nug's lady because she gonna be in jail with him. They mess with real ones that don't call the police. So when I go upside her head and be like, man, why don't y'all call police on these men? He said, they don't call the police on us.
There you go.
There you go. It's this cycle of abusive men. And a lot of times we understand they are abusive. Y'all ain't putting them people in their life, and they are aware of this. They choose y'all because of that.
These poor young sisters get caught up in this toxic ass lifestyle. And I will be man enough to say a lot of this ain't their fault. They wind up in these situations. Now you got this big goofy brother here on a young sister something terrible. He done got in her head, and they both playing twisted, sick games. He's sitting here telling her, like Gavin said, if I go upside your head, you got to be a rider. You got to be down for the hood. You got to be down for the set. You don't call the police. You love me. And going upside her head, they arguing all types of domestics. And then, she ended up on some dating show, and they say, hey, did you ever call the police? No, I didn't. Because she was under the order of this goofy Nug Nug right here. So it ain't cool. It's not. It's definitely not. And once again, this is the importance of fathers. And we would never, ever act like that ain't the case. You got a father around, a real father, not a Nug Nug father, not some poor, pathetic excuse of a man, a real father that is mentally, physically, and emotionally able to be a man. He is a threat deterrent, and he's going to deter this big, goofy, wrestling looking mamma jamma right here from establishing such ignorant rule over this girl.
I ain't let my bitch take my car.
We don't fuck with 12. We fuck with 11 and 13. We don't fuck with 12.
Exactly. I'm from the 1300 block. I definitely don't fuck with 12.
We don't fuck with 12.
We fuck with 1200 though.
We fuck with 1200, but we don't fuck with 12.
The 1200 Mason.
The son.
1200 Mason.
That's it. The son.
That's the only 1200 we know.
Only 1200 in.
Only. The biggest.
We don't be hurting people. We don't do shit to people. They always looking at us like we the cause. We don't do nothing. We chilling. This shit good as hell. It's fried chicken. Who don't like fried chicken? Everyone votes on who is the most likely to be in bed by 10 p.m. That person drinks.
How the fuck we gonna know that? Wait, another card. It depends on you talking about the bed going to sleep or you talking about the bed going to get busy. Right.
See what I'm saying? So I'm guessing it ain't even 10 o'clock yet because he just pulled a card. They sitting here playing the drinking game. Once again, we are back to these wholesome family activities. They just sitting around playing a card game, right? Seeing more cards. Wow, look at that. That look like something me and my wife and kids be doing. Sitting there playing card games, asking goofy questions. And then a gatekeeper, a woman, gonna say, when you say go to bed, you mean go to sleep, or you mean go up there and getting busy? This over sexualized environments that are created. It's nuts. Can't even sit there and play a game without a mother figure. That was a mother figure sitting there asking this young man a sexual question. Y'all, we really are lost. It's lost on us how out of bounds that is. Sitting there talking like this, just over sexualized. Whenever this girl, your auntie and them, I can't even get into it. Y'all know how they roll. Everybody ass out there is hot. Anybody can end up messing with anybody. Y'all know how these nights go. Outside of getting into incest, I will have to imagine. But y'all know how this go. Auntie get hot in the butt and she find somebody straggling between the houses. She'll pull a little young Nug Nug in and have her way with him. These nights don't end well. They end up People wake up arguing and fighting because of these nights.
It depends on you talking about the bed going to sleep or you talking about getting the bed going and getting busy. Right.
Look, he's sad, man. He don't fuck with no bugs.
I don't fuck with shit.
Nah, that's
Friend, why you scared?
that motherfucker cold as hell.
Alright, stop scratching me, no.
Hell no. I ain't drove one of them in so motherfucking long. They going right in front. I know they going right in front.
Nah, they
But
together.
Stupid T just flew through that bitch.
Ground zero, cart before the hood. You know, a lot of debauchery going on. This is crazy. They got all kind of exotic pets and everybody drunk. They eating good chicken. Seems like a festive time. No gunshots, you know.
They do. A lot of guns. We know it's a lot of artillery present, but no shots is ringing out. That's good.